Welcome to the Study Design and Statistics modules for residents. This is the version of the course for surgery residents for summer 2017. The objective of this brief lecture is that you will be oriented to the course and introduced to the faculty. So the overall course objectives are that students will be able to critically read papers reporting on clinical and translational studies. And when we say clinical and translational studies, we are referring to studies that usually have human beings as their subjects. So some of the statistical concepts equally apply if you are doing experiments with Petri plates or rats or something, but most of the sort of theory and examples that we'll be talking about are related to studies of humans. So when we say critically read papers, that includes recognizing the study designs, understanding the terminology and data analysis, and recognizing potential biases and the strength of the evidence. Another objective is that by the end of the course, students will have some of the basic skills to begin designing their own research projects. So the learning process will include viewing lecture segments online, and these segments will address statistics and study design methods and terminology. Methods articles will also be available online. Realistically, I don't expect that all students will find a lot of time or interest in looking at those articles, but they're a great reference when you find an issue that you want more detail on, or for your future referring back to this material. And then the circle on the bottom says that you will read articles reporting on surgery clinical studies. So these are some articles that have been selected by the surgery faculty for the resident training, and they represent some current issues in surgery clinical research and a variety of study designs being applied. And then the circle on the left-hand side there, we will then have the in-person sessions in which we will discuss those studies, those current clinical studies, applying the concepts that you learned from the lectures to discussing the current literature. There are 3 in-person sessions scheduled: Monday, June 5th, Monday, June 12th, and Tuesday, June 20th. The course content includes a set of modules, and then within each of those modules there are 1 or 2 specific lecture segments. So the modules are Introduction and Motivation, Statistical Nuts and Bolts, Introduction to Randomized Controlled Trials, Measures of Disease Frequency, Observational Study Designs, Measures of Association, Good Practices when planning your own research, and more advanced study designs and statistical approaches. And you'll note that because we only have 3 in-person meetings, there will be multiple lecture segments that you'll be asked to watch before each meeting. In fact, there may be 4 or 5 segments to watch for a particular meeting. Each of these lecture segments is going to run about in the range of 10 to 20 minutes. So the course materials are organized online in the Canvas course management software. Each lecture segment will have an assignment due date that corresponds to one of the in-person discussion meetings. And so if you look at the Canvas syllabus or calendar, you'll be able to clearly see which videos to watch for each class meeting. We ask that you view the lecture before the discussion meeting. You may ask questions about a lecture in the online Canvas discussion area, and then the instructors can either respond to you online, or we can talk about it at the questions at the in-person meeting. Some of the lectures will have a Check Your Knowledge quiz that you'll be asked to complete after viewing the lecture. Within the Canvas module, you'll also find links to the lecture handouts and methods articles. So your instructors that you'll be hearing from, so some of these videos you will not see the person's face, some of them you will, But just to let you know who will be talking to you, it includes Christina Callis-Duffin from dermatology, Charlie Casper, who's a statistician in the Department of Pediatrics, Nan Hu and Angela Presson, who are statisticians in the Division of Epidemiology, and myself speaking. I'm Carol Sweeney. I'm an epidemiologist, and I'm in the Division of Epidemiology. And all of us are affiliated with the Centers for Clinical and Translational Science, which is a unit of the overall health sciences at the University of Utah that offers a number of different resources for research, for clinical and translational research at the university, one of which is training and research methods. And so this series of modules has been put together in cooperation between the clinical departments and the Center for Clinical and Translational Sciences. Also contributing to this series of modules for the residents in surgery and people who have helped us plan this a little bit and pick out the papers, and also people who will be coming to some of the in-person discussion sections include surgery faculty Dr. Alt, Dr. Barkmeyer-Kramer, Dr. Deans, and Dr. Monroe. So we're all really looking forward to working with you this summer and get your research career off to a good start.